and I'm not.
Ah! Man, fuck. Yo, 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 yo. Ah! Man, good morning. Good afternoon. I don't even know what time it is. This is like our 9th stream of the week, man. My hair a mess. I'm all over the place. I can't even fix it. I tried to fix it. I can't fix it. I'm still in my fit from this morning. I took a crazy nap after market open. And wow, my guys, my friends, my girls, my guys, my whoever, we got a lot to talk about today. My ladies, we have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. We have a lot to go over. Wow. Good afternoon. I mean, I'm kind of a mess right now. I'm not gonna lie. This geopolitical thing is nuts. I don't know how people spend their whole careers on this. It is overwhelming. I have been, dude. I can't keep zero hedge noties on for that much longer. I cannot do it. I can't do it. I can't keep I can't keep Squawk Box noties on for that much. Smiley Capital with the 50 fucking gifted, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Smiley fucking Capital with the 50 gifted. Shout out to you. W's to my homie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a good way to start the stream. Honestly, that's a good way to start the stream. I just can't keep first Squawk noties on that much longer. I mean, it's enough to drive a fucking person insane. And so, look, we have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. Oil is, it's ripping, guys. I'm gonna just be honest. Crude on Hyperliquid is $95. On TradingView, Brent is 99. About to, look at it. About to snap to the upside, break 100 again, and maybe reclaim it. Crude in here is 95.71. And things are seemingly not stopping. I mean, it's just not stopping. I don't know what to say. It's not stopping. Why is it higher on TradingView than Hyperliquid? I actually don't know. That's something that I should know the answer to, and I don't. I saw D Gills make a tweet about it and ask. I'll go peep. If you remind me in like 5 minutes, I'll go peep his tweet, and we can try to figure out why that is exactly. But man, we're in crazy times. I mean, maybe like 20 minutes before we got on stream, like which is right now, there was Besson did an interview and has a ton of comments to read. Netanyahu did his first interview. He has a ton of comments to read. And then Trump did an interview, and he's like screaming for emergency rate cuts. I'm feeling like I want to sell my long. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm really feeling like that. I'll talk about why in a couple minutes and like a little bit. Let's like ease into this one. So also Alex Karp did a CNBC interview. Alex Karp from Palantir. And he just did TVPN, and we might watch. I don't know. Apparently, they're kind of mid. I kind of want to watch it. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we won't. But it's been a fucking wild week. I mean, this is our 8th stream of the week in the last 5 days, and I don't know. I'm not gonna do tomorrow market open, but we're definitely gonna stream tomorrow. So things are definitely fucking going crazy. Let's do roll call. I gotta like ease into today. Let's do a roll call. Roll call. Roll call. Who's here? Smiley Capital is here. J Dog is here. Rom is here. Joey, what's good? Cats, what's good? Houdini Swap, what's good? Zara, what's good? J Led, Recto, One Spicy Meatball, Viblet, Sai, Kira, Caleb, M, what's good? Russ, what's good? Wizard, what's good? Any first shouters in here? Live the Life TV, Art, say Art Mommy? What's good? First chatters, 3 of them. God damn, I'm Grease, what's good? Albison, what's good? Crowd Wizard, what's good? What's good? Bloom, what's good? Jackson Ray, what's good? Cardi, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Damn, we got hella first chatters. Bullion, what's good? How'd you all even like show up? Where'd you all come from? First chatters. Where the fuck did you all come from? Before I skip it back and we talk about some cultural stuff before we get back into war, the pit. All y'all came from the pit, but how'd you get in the fucking pit, Cardi Zach? How'd you get in the pit? That's for ball knowers. We're about to have market close here. Brent's about to reclaim 100, which is nasty. Apewood, what's up, brother? Moncock Maxi, what's good? Finally, Bridge from X. Dude, if you're still watching on X, get the fuck off. Twitch.tv/threadguys where the chat is, and that's where it's a movie. So we're about to do market close. We did market open. I'm not gonna lie. Look. I'm not a bear. I don't know if I've ever made money on a short position in my life, ever. I don't know that I ever have. But I understand why people are bearish, is all I'm saying. And we finally had this pop on crude, which I'm not an oil expert, but I felt the pop coming. And it did yesterday while we were on stream. And yes, I see the best in headlines. We're going to go over all of them. And it popped on stream. And so I'm sitting here like, all right, we're going to circuit breaker down tomorrow. PP Poo Poo is right. What do you think about the Jamsey fraud? I don't even know what that means. What are you talking about? PP Poo Poo is right. Poor Dart is right. Calvin's right. My quants. And we're going to circuit breaker tomorrow. I just felt like it was going to happen. I just thought we were going to wake up tomorrow to just 600 SPY, 590 SPY. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's do market open. And so here's where we're at. Brent's about to break 100. Bitcoin is just a movie. We're going to have to do a Sailor segment here very soon because this is insane. I didn't realize, I'm going to be honest. I didn't realize this with stretch thing. But look at this shit. It's about 4,000 Bitcoin today. Look at this website, bro. This is Sailor's new financial alchemy product. Look at this. What 4,000 times 70. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. $280 million today is insane. I mean, that's insane. Look at this website. Look at this fucking website, bro. It's disgusting. So Bitcoin actually looks decent. I'll probably give you a segment on it tomorrow. STRC. It's spelling out times. I will probably do a segment on it tomorrow. I gotta understand it better. I was gonna have somebody call in today, but the person I wanted couldn't do it. So Bitcoin actually looks decent. And where does the yield come from? Don't ask that question. There's certain questions for the sake of the industry and the market that you just are better left unasked. That's one of them. Don't ask. All that you know is the yield's good, and that's what we do. But don't ask where the yield comes from. So here's where we're at with the markets real quick. Is SPY looks horrific. It looks horrific. I don't know what else to say. And if I was a bear, man, if I was a real deal bear, really bearish, and I understood, if I was writing articles about private credit and SaaS apocalypse, and I was really bearish, and then I followed war really close, and then I got really bearish, and I was buying puts, I would probably quit trading forever. I would just quit. I mean, it just won't go down. It's fascinating how this works, this market. But we are approaching a pretty desperation line. Like, it feels like the 660 line is sort of like you lose 660 and I don't fucking know what happened. So just quick recaps. SPY down 1.5, Q's down 1.7. Software ETF tried to be green today. That thing's off a cliff, down 1. And then all these individual names just cooked. Apple 2, Oracle 2.5, Micron 3, Tesla 3, gnarly candle. So yeah, SPY legit closed 666. Not great. And then meanwhile, crude fucking American soil oil is just out of there. It's just out of there. And we have a million headlines to read. We have a bunch of stuff to cover. I'm going to ease into it because I'm fucking... Also, we have a new Jang video, which we might watch. Part 3 dropped, bro. Part 3 dropped. Jang. Game theory number 12 dropped. Can't believe it. So we might get to Jang today. Insane headline day. We got Netanyahu. We got Besant, who seemingly has flipped long crude. And we got, what's his, Trump spoke as well. So there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to get into. I want to back up real quick and do a couple cultural things. Nice oil trade, by the way. Thank you, man. I want to sell it. I might sell it today. And I'm going to tell you why. I got kind of bear pilled on the position. I got relatively bear pilled on the position. Maybe it's because I'm tired and I'm sick of staring at the chart. I could tell you every 5-minute candle has closed over the last however long. I want to close it. I'll talk to you about why. We'll get there in a minute. Jack, I saw this. I'll pull it up in a minute. First thing I want to show you though, real quick, because I want to go back to my roots real quick. Give you all some lore. Tell you all a little bit about where I come from, okay? And if you know some lore, you know that I'm a sports card fanatic back in the day. That's how I got into crypto. And I've told people that the sports card market was disgusting when I was a part of it. I was giving people financial advice about sports cards that I had just found out about a week ago, and I was printing. People were calling me religious names. I mean, they were treating me like yeah, it was a wild time. And I want to just give you context for how crazy it was. This is Bam Adebayo, PSA 10 rookie card. This is the card, the most liquid card. This chart, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Bam Adebayo just scored 83 points in an NBA game. And his card after the pump is down like 80% from where it was in 2021 peak, bro. Look at this fucking chart. Look at this chart. He just had the second highest scoring game in NBA history. And it's down like 80%. Market cap is only 120K, which is nuts when you look at it like this. But these are the markets that we want to trade. PVE bubbles. This is what I was trading. I was in this market for this run up, and it was fucking euphoric. It was euphoric. I'll never forget one day I posted a call for this Dennis Rodman rookie Fleer PSA 8. And they're like $1,000 card, and there was 15 of them, and I posted them in all my groups, and snap, they're all gone. Wiped up supply. Wiped it up. Sweeped it off of eBay like you've never seen. Instantly swept. And so this just gives you context for how crazy things get in mania. And honestly, I wasn't going to use this parallel, but how they might never return. Like a lot of crypto meme coin charts will look like this. Altcoin charts will look like this. And they will finally get adopted, or it will go super viral, but it isn't in the right environment. And also, cards are going crazy. Pokemon's going crazy. Logan Paul's selling Pikachus for $15 million, breaking records. Top end liquidity is still gross in Pokemon. But the bottom end shit and sports cards, Pokemon, whatever, it just is gonna look like this. It just is. Most crypto charts, even if fucking, I don't know, Peanut the squirrel comes back from the dead and becomes president, the chart would probably look like this. It just would. 500 mil maybe, but it's not gonna happen, period. And so the reason I bring this up is because I also saw this, which is Kim Kardashian spotted opening Pokemon cards with Steve Aoki one day after Donald Trump endorses Jake Paul for the president of the United States of America. And we're definitely entering some sort of cultural top. Really. We're entering probably GTA 6 blow off the top on American culture, but we're definitely entering at least a local top of, I don't even know what exactly we're calling this, but Kim Kardashian ripping Charizards. Bam Adebayo scored 83 points, and Jake Paul is going to be the president. Is that an America you want to live in? I don't know. And so I made a tweet today, and I said that this is my last summer to find a wife. Because if I can't do it now if Bam Adebayo can score 83 points in an NBA game and I can't find a wife in New York City summer, I don't think it's going to happen, man. So this is it, gentlemen. This is it. This is fucking it. Someone told me there's a new White House video. Let's see. We're talking about TSA lines. All right, let's do this. Let's watch the Wii video, and then I'm going to give some takes on fucking war, because this is what we're here to talk about. Are you banking with Beast? Ball knower. What's my next tweet here? Okay, cool. We're going to read this. New essay, Base 16Z. I'm fucking excited. It's Jenny. It's Jenny. Stop asking girls if they talk to Claude Code. Flood 2026. Yeah. First date idea. I buy groceries, she cooks. All right, let's set the tone. This is what the White House is posting right now. I don't really want to play this, but this is what's happening right now in the Oval Office. All right, let's go. You know that song? And I miss you, da 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 da, and I need you, da 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 da, and you know that song? And then they made the Who I Smoke Gang remix, and it was this crazy. It was just really dark because like the music video was like they're like playing golf, and it's this whole. That's what this feels like. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's called Who I Spoke. I can't even play it on stream because, yeah. That's what this feels like. Wasn't expecting that ball. Bro, come on. I'm a real ball.
Holy what? 10. It's out of the park. Slam dunk!
Strike. It says strike. I mean, guys, whoever the editor is for the White House Twitter, like whatever 18, 19, whatever 20-year-old kid, 21-year-old kid is running this Twitter account is absolutely freaked the fuck out. I mean, brother, who made this? Now, posting it from the official White House account is a whole other can of meatballs that I don't even really want to get into. That's its own problem, okay? Posting it is its own rabbit hole. That's like a different conversation. But who the fuck made it? Who made it? Yeah, I'm copying what I saw on X. Who made this, man? Like, who is doing these edits? It's every day.
To claim it, a strike to claim it, and he got it! Here comes the heat from the USA. Boom! Pins down. What a strike! That's right. Who do you think you are?
I mean, I don't really know what to say about it other than it's kind of just, I mean, it's like it's foul. I just don't like things like this. It's like the ice edits of Gotta Catch 'Em All. It's like, I don't, who is it for? Who is it for? Is what I always wonder. Because it's like, if you're pro war, if you're pro this war, you see this edit and you think to yourself, what the fuck was that? If you're anti the war, you see this and think, what the fuck was that? And then if you're in the middle and you don't care, you think, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't really think you, like, it isn't something about the tone when we captured Maduro from Venezuela and we were ripping American Empire aura edits was tough. The Maduro edit was tough. When we went into Venezuela and captured Maduro, I think it's this.
Señor cobarde, no se
This isn't the one I wanted though. But like these, no, this isn't it. Wait, hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on. Before I can get to my my segment. You mean kidnapped? Threadguy. No, maybe I can't find it. No. Yeah, oh, here it is. Here it is. Like something about this, when this came out, it felt right.
Aquí no esperan Miraflores. No se tarde en llegar, cobarde.
Successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night.
I broke the rule, cause this bitch a witness. Plus I just popped due, but she ain't crying. And this hoe is smiling, plus this bitch look cute, so we slide out.
Like this to the Piano King Vaughn, like it just felt like, damn, America aura on top. And something about the we edits in the middle of like actual war just doesn't sit right. Like posting Thunder vs. Wizard as edits. Yeah, it doesn't sit right. So that's where we are right now in the state of things. And it leads me to an article that I fucking like the article. I want to read it. And before we give like updates on war, I think it's an important one to read. By the way, Calvin in 45 minutes. Now, is he actually going to come? I don't really know. But he is planned. So, brother, this is the most popular coffee shop in New York City. He is planned in 45 minutes. So we'll see if he shows up. But he's due for a run back for sure. So, all right. Base 16Z. New essay called Loot and Censored Word for Twitch. Let's read it. Let us read it. These edits must go hard if you're retarded. I don't think it was Basic Sneezy's best. No, it wasn't his best, but it like is in line with what we're what I want to rant about. Megachurch still the best. I will go on the record and say Megachurch and some of these base 16Z articles will be seen as the Shakespeare of our generation. I'm not joking. I say it with a straight face. There's a non-zero chance that people look at Megachurch time as like the Mona Lisa of the Zoomer generation. Like there's really a non-zero chance that we get there. And so you could say like, oh, it's not as good as Megachurch time, but like that's like the one. I mean, there's no that's it. That's like the article. There's no that's like the Zoomer that's like the generational that is like the article, bar none. So it's tough to top that. It's like it's the BAM game, you know. It's like cool. He had 70, but it wasn't the BAM game. So yes, it was straightforward. Okay, let me go back. It was straightforward in consensus, but nobody had articulated it like that. Nobody had presented it in such a beautiful. So presentation is so important. It's like the food. What's the difference between a 1-star and a 2-star Michelin? It's like it's presentation, location, 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 baby. And so he packaged that thing up with fucking lingerie and presented it, and it looked good. So all right, let's go. Loot and Twitch.tv. Recently, I sat for lunch in a Miami beachfront grill with a few friends, surrounded by plastic people. It's the silicon capital of the world, Miami, Florida. Most animated among the Latin music was my friend Mustafa. He works for a Deca billionaire who recently took their talents to South Beach. Note that people are offended being called billionaires since it sounds poor now. Chamath and Elon correct Twitter commentators. Mustafa quipped, quote, Miami isn't America. 2 guys at the airport tried to solicit a bribe from me within 5 minutes of landing. We're leaving America in spirit. At lunch, we all agreed. The only acceptable behavior from a rational and intelligent American is to loot the place and leave. The richest 19-year-old I know makes few tens of millions a year exploiting loopholes in Medicare regulation. It's hard to want to be a lawyer. I don't even know what this means, Medicare regulation. Venture capital is my favorite example of America's broken incentives. Replit founder Amjad Masad was today flexing being a billionaire in Twitter comments, and his company has yet to even reach $1 billion in annualized negative margin revenue as the 8th best vibe coding company. Causing this, venture funds deploy pension money to cash founders out at absurd valuations while playing hot potato on markups to keep the management fee Ponzi going. To see in numbers that venture is a Fugazi exit scam, if you take a company public, it generally goes down 50 to 90% within a few weeks from private marks. See Figma and Klarna, respectively. Players know this. SpaceX is trying to rejigger the NASDAQ rules to let them dump shares on index buyers immediately after IPO. Trump is leading from the top down. A set of meme coin scams was blatant. Rivaled by energy. Hold on, let me back up. Relax, everybody. Trump is leading from the top down. A set of meme coin scams was blatant. Rivaled by Energy Secretary Chris Wright tweeting and deleting fake news about the oil market this week, minutes after a record volume of oil future orders hit the tape. I'm just going to say, and I texted Base16Z when this article dropped and I read this quote. The Chris Wright posting and deleting with a video explanation of publicly announcing that a ship had been escorted by the United States of America through the Strait of Hormuz with a 36-second video explanation, then deleting it, and then immediately announcing that Iran is laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz is genuinely one of the most outrageous acts of market fuckery. I don't really want to say manipulation, market fuckery that I've ever seen. Because, bro, this isn't like some crypto retard founder made some announcement and then deleted it or front ran a partnership. It's the most liquid commodity in the world. It's an oil market, bro. It's the oil market. It isn't fucking. It's not supposed to move like that. You're not supposed to be. We're not supposed to be whipsawing oil like this, and we're doing it. Just like we did it with silver. Silver's not supposed to move like that. Just like we did with gold. Gold not supposed to move like that. It seems like every commodity now is gonna have their Van Spencer tweet, have their time in the sun of meme craziness. I don't know if it's because Hyperliquid, but definitely with Hyperliquid. Trump's kids bought a defense company this week. Also insane. The administration understands they need to steal the remaining assets and get out. Escape to where? It's a good question. America's similarities to Russia and Orwellian ideas of Russia are stacking in a hilarious manner. Trump used, quote, doublespeak twice this week, asserting that the war is both over and just beginning, and that the U.S. is attacking mining boats in the Strait, but that no mines are being set. If we continue a Soviet path and social norms around capitalism go out the window, oligarchs likely divvy the dwindling resources while sending plebs to a forever war. So, should you stay, make friends with the powers that be while avoiding jail in the military, and try to hoover a feudal parcel in the new commune, or just exit? Jake Paul is choosing the former, and I look forward to calling him chairman. Pundits wonder why Gen Z maintains a lazy nihilism, and even the hollow career of investment banking is full of wannabe male models instead of driven people. Where are the incentives? I think it's a beautiful article, and I think it reemphasizes a lot of things that we talk on this stream, a lot of things that we cover on this stream, and a lot of things that maybe people, the younger generation especially, feels and is unable to articulate, which is there definitely is this switch towards eat the rich in America right now. There is. And I think this is why, like, this, where's the Klarna thing? Yeah. To see in numbers that ventures Fugazi exits game, if you take a company public, it generally goes on 50 to 90% within a few weeks from private marks. See Figma and Klarna respectively. Like, this is definitely happening. This feeling of eat the rich, K-shape, whether it's actually happening, there is the feeling behind it. And I'm sorry, I probably still stand pro admin. It's way better than what we would have had, even though we're sort of in a disaster scenario. But you generally follow the top down, right? And the top's first move in office was like scamming a meme coin. Objectively, it was. That's the first thing that Trump did when he came into office, was scam with 2 meme coins. And then now we're in the middle of this war, and we're whipsawing oil like it's a fucking meme coin. His sons are buying defense companies. And it feels like the GTO play is to just follow the top-down scams, right? I mean, he tells you when to buy. He tells you when to sell. And it feels like the Twitter crowd gets this inherently. And that in itself, I believe, is optimistic, by the way. We're just going to keep watching this. It's fucking candling. So there is an optimistic spin on this, okay? And Ansem replies with an optimistic spin that I like. And then I'm going to do a rant, and then I'm going to tell you why I want to sell oil, okay? That's what we're going to do. And then Calvin's going to show up. Let me just DM him and say, see you in 30. I spam this guy's phone. He answers me once. See you in 36 minutes. I text him 15 times to every one reply. So Ansem replies and says, GTO, bro, I've been reading them poker books. Yes. He says, okay. The more positive slant you could take on this is that it is more achievable now than any moment in human history to become wealthy, and many elites are just not extraordinary. That, combined with the political apparatus lacking moral direction, means there's great opportunity for emergent leaders across all social classes. Need people in power who are smart and wealthy and morally just. This is part of the reason I feel like a larger responsibility to do good things with this stream. Because I feel like we're sort of in this. Honestly, I feel like this is what we're doing with this stream. This is kind of what we preach. This is the direction that we're headed. This is the things that we cover, is this message. Genuinely, I genuinely believe that. I'm not gonna like hit you with the I have a calling thing, but I feel like this is what I know it. Look, it's been a fucking rather bearish 2 weeks, but I generally agree with this. Base replies and says a positive slant on my Base 16Z Twitter account. He says on the state of America. And he replies, nah, I mean, I just overly negative spin on here sometimes. Yeah, I agree. LOL, OL, 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 OL. And so I believe that you can be smart and wealthy and morally just. I really believe that you can. And I think Ansem's a good example of this, honestly. I really do. And so this part specifically, that it is more achievable now than any other moment in human history to become wealthy, and that many elites are just not extraordinary, combined with this. Okay? And so I want to do a quick rant on this. And I feel like I've learned a lot about the world in the last 2 weeks. I really have. I feel that I have learned a lot about the world in the last 2 weeks. I really do. Okay? And one of the things that I've learned about the world over the last 2 weeks is that I think because of Twitter and because of trillion-dollar commodities moving like meme coins, and because we're in a great democratization of information where everything is just a headline, everything is posted to Twitter, everything is live for basically equal access to info on an info-driven market. The Twitter village retards are genuinely some of the best in the world. And so here's just like a random tweet for this. Port Art tweets, da-da-da-da. Deagle tweets, modern warfare is just Twitter nons providing strike coordinates to foreign militias. And so I did a stream on Friday night. I did a late night stream on Friday night, and I basically was just in complete agony that I didn't long oil on the announcement of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. And basically my rant was that the only thing we had to do to be done trading for the quarter is just pay attention to Twitter. And short software on the Citrini article and long oil on the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. And so here's the deal. Here's what I've really realized as we've been covering this war stuff is that I have been desperate for content on the war. Like I've been trying to get as much primary content, primary sources, takes as humanly possible. Because I have to like fill a decade information gap fast, right? I'm like, okay, cool. I have, it's Sunday night. I got to stream tomorrow. I got like 12 hours to learn about a decade of history, like now. And the obvious thing that you discover when you first start trying to learn about like war coverage is there's just like not that much content. News outlets are super late. Fox super late. CNN super late. Nobody's putting out good shit. Breaking Points is good, but they're super late. And there's just like not that much YouTube long form video content. And the primary source of info that's just like overwhelmingly right and dominant and just correct is Pee Pee Poo Poo, Fei Jiao, Chumbawamba, Based 16Z, and Calvin. Like 4 anonymous no face PFP accounts on Twitter. And then to take it one step further is the people that traded this the best are not the fucking pod shops. Yeah, Plur Daddy. It's not the pod. It's not like, bro, these HFTs are getting cooked. Citadel's down 2% in the last week. How much money did Citadel run? Ridiculous amounts. How much did Citadel run? I don't even know. Billions. Billions upon billions upon billions. The people that traded this the best are the village retard misfits on Twitter. Because what I'm like just realizing is that we're not trading rational markets at all. We're trading Twitter headlines. But now, and I gave this take and everyone was like, oh, threadguy discovers like headline trading for the first time. Haha, you fucking retard. And I'm like, no. We are trading exclusively headlines. And most of the headlines are wrong or incorrect or lying because we're trading posturing headlines, right? I've never traded war before. And so half of like a Trump headline, there's a certain percent of it is real. There's a certain percent of it for the market. There's a certain percent of it for the citizens of America. There's a certain percentage of it for Iran to be scared or to persuade them. Malu33 with the gifted, thank you. There's a certain percentage of all over the place. And so you basically have to take a Trump speech, take the headline, but you can't just blindly trade the headline. It's like, how good are you at figuring out, based off what Trump said, what Besson said, what Iran's supreme leader said? Everyone's lying, everyone's posturing, and everyone like has an ulterior motive with every message. It's not like, oh, tariffs on, tariffs off. It's like, it's way more nuanced than that. And then you combine that with nobody has any information on what's actually happening in the Middle East right now because it's like content is banned. If you're in one of these GCC countries, if you're in Kuwait or fucking Dubai, you're like getting arrested for posting footage. So you have no footage. You have no footage, and you're completely just smashing your brain against the wall trying to understand a Trump take. And so then you might say to me, thread guy, no, the market's efficient. Really? The market's efficient? Then explain to me if the market is efficient. If the market's really that efficient, explain to me what happened right here. What was going on here? What was going on here from March 9th to March 11th? There was like 48 hours where nobody had any idea what was going on. Nobody knew. The market was just like completely wrong about it for 48 hours. Straits open. It's going to de-escalate. Trump's right. Trump tacoed. We're done with the war. We had I'm honestly not nagging on anybody. But we had professional oil traders come on the stream with incorrect info. Like professional oil traders on the stream talking about ships are being escorted through, and they weren't. Starlord 75 with the gifted. They weren't being escorted through. And so how is it that like Citadel's getting destroyed in the order books, HFTs are getting destroyed, professional oil traders are saying, no, it's a fade, we're done. And then Chumbawamba and PP Poo Poo are up 8 figures on oil longs and are hammering. No, it's closed. It's closed. It's closed. You're wrong. You're wrong. Everybody's wrong. Everyone's retarded. Everybody's wrong. How is that? This isn't Solana meme coins, brother. This is the oil market. There's never really, at least for as long as I've been alive and aware what's going on, there's never really been such disconnect on the edge you could have understanding this like Twitter war. And so the people that have covered this the best, honestly, it's not Breaking Points, it's not Fox, it's not CNN. It's the fucking Forward Guidance podcast from Fei Zhao and the Chumbawamba article and PP Poo Poo. It just is. It is. And so you think to yourself just that, like, the game has changed. At least to me. At least to me. Maybe I'm late to this. This will get clipped. Jack will clip this, and every comment will be like, I discovered news trading, you fucking retard. But, man, I mean, we were on here day one. I had no fucking idea what was going on. And I'm like, hey, guys, I feel like the war is not going to end tomorrow. Everyone's saying it's going to be over tomorrow. Apewood, you're the GOAT. I appreciate you. Thank you for the flowers on Twitter the other day as well. I'm just like, look, I know nothing. I just follow what I follow. I'm curious. And we just obsessed over it. And I felt like we were able to find information asymmetry. So we fucking longed oil. Like, I don't know. And we made the trade. I have no business being able to trade oil. But I feel like it was made very clear to the world on a platter that all markets can trade like meme coins now. All markets can trade like meme coins now. If oil can snap 30% down on a Chris Wright, like, dude, if you were, imagine this. Imagine that you are some professional fund that's like trading commodities, and you're, the guy that runs your shit's 50 years old. They've been trading commodities forever. 2008, they've been trading this game forever. And then Chris Wright makes a tweet saying the U.S. has escorted a ship through the Strait of Hormuz, and then he deletes it, and then they immediately announce that Iran is laying mines, and we just dipped 30% and then pumped 10% above where we were. There was a 70% move both directions, and you're sitting here thinking, what the fuck just happened? What? You can't, how can you trade this? But then, like, Chumbawamba, who has like 10 years of, you know, crypto-specific mental illness, is like, hell yeah, delete some more tweets. This is my game. And so it just is so overwhelmingly obvious that Twitter and the Trump admin is just, the world is just gonna, like, you saw silver. We saw silver, and we're like, all right, this is fucking nuts. How can this trade like this? And then we saw Korean stocks, and you're like, oh my God, this is like fucking nuts. Like, wow, fundamentals, maybe it isn't just a crypto thing where they don't matter. Then you see Korean stocks, and then you see oil, and you think to yourself, wow, maybe everything is just gonna move like this. Like, I did this on Friday, and I was like upset. I wasn't upset. I was just like fired up. Man, I was fired up. I was just like, dude, I think we can just beat I was calling it a beatable ass, Centrini ass, pump fund ass market. I call it a Centrini ass market. Centrini wiped out $50 billion by some fucking fan fiction article. $50 billion at the stock market. Wiped. And you could say, I don't believe it. But then you watch the move that oil just did on a fucking Chris Wright deleted tweet, and you're like, nah, maybe this Centrini thing was right. This is a Centrini ass market, and it's beatable. It's fucking beatable, bro. Like, I really believe it's beatable if you can just have this. If you understand crypto, you are very uniquely positioned to be able to just catch the trends. Because I almost didn't want to believe it for a while. Apewood was very early to this. The crypto cohort is just early to everything. Dude, the crypto cohort was early to the Strait of Hormuz being closed. Threadguy, aka the industry. Dude, Chumbawamba posted the Centrini article before Centrini. Crypto Twitter was tweeting about stagflation in 25, bro. Like, I didn't know what that meant, but we were tweeting about it. And so you got to take this base 16Z article, and you got to take the Chris Wright tweet, and you got to take Trump doublespeak, and you got to take this and say the more positive slant you can take on this is that it's more achievable now than any moment in human history to become wealthy, and that many elites are just not extraordinary. The people that run shit right now are just not that good. The traders are not that good. None of them are that good, bro. They've been trading an up-only market for 20 years. They've been trading an up-only market for 20 years, bro. How many times have you watched your net worth go down 80% in a day on crypto? It's like you are so uniquely positioned to trade this mental illness Centrini-ass market. I really believe it. And I don't want to like get too ahead over my skis, but I feel like this weekend really, like this week really like woke me up on like, wow, we could really do this. We could really do this. We could really be good at this. We could really understand this, and we could really make sense of these markets because our brains are fucking fried. So I wanted to read the based article, and then I wanted to give you a positive spin on it because that is just where we're headed. And I think, I mean, dude, you could have been done. If you had any understanding what the Strait of Hormuz was, which I didn't at the time. But if you had any understanding of what the Strait of Hormuz was, then you would have known that when they closed it, the only way to open it back up would be ground troops. And you would have known that the U.S. is basically unwilling to deploy ground troops, or at least in the first couple weeks. And that 20% of the world's oil is just removed from the equation. 20 million barrels a day, every day until they open it. You would have known that they're not going to be able to open it back up and that Iran would be able to control it. And you would have longed oil, then caught that whole $120 move. You're done. And you don't have to know a fucking thing about G7 or the SPR or nothing, bro. You don't have to know anything about it. You could have just closed your eyes, longed it on, by the way, on Hyperliquid. What the fuck is that? Hyperliquid is just everything. And you're done. You're done for the year. You're done for the fucking year. Yeah, shout out to Smack as well. You're done for the year. So, fuck it. I'll give you all a couple handles to follow. You want handles? I'll give you a few handles. This is Chumba. Good luck getting in. He's locked. Feel bad for you. This is PP Poo Poo, who posted a $5 million P&L on oil long. Just disgusting. This is Fei Zhao, who is the only like crypto content that I watch, crypto knee adjacent. Based, you know. And honestly, he's gonna deny it, but he deserves one for sure. And then that's basically it, I think. War coverage. Is there one other? Oh. This is the note. This is the note. He's God, they nuked Twitter search. It's so fucking fucked. This is the note he's follow for sure. This is the note he's follow. So that is my summary, feedback, everything on the Based article. I think markets have changed forever. Donald Trump is the president of the United States, and we trade Trump headlines. I mean, imagine the tariffs. How much money I could have made if my balls had dropped. Imagine the tariffs. You could just eat. Bro, this is what we do. And trad media is too fucking slow. They're too slow. Like, they're too slow. Everybody is too slow. And so you're either doing it all day, every day, or you shouldn't trade these markets this way. That's my take. So, all right. We got 20 minutes. We have a lot of headlines to cover. Not a lot of time to do it. And then we got Calvin coming on the fucking stream, part 2. What'd you think of my rant? I got to get off for a second. I'll be back in 30 seconds, and we're going to go headlines. We got Besant. We have Netanyahu. And we have Trump. And eloquent, too. Thanks, 8boy. Nice word. I've been spamming this, but I'm going to play it again. BRB.
When the people don't have land, they settle for brands. They want Jesus Polo Sport and Obama again. My foresight is incredible. She pulled a foreskin back like it's edible. Democracy is just a simulation. The government, I just served over $1 billion. I'm loving it. She got light skin nipples, yeah, that's my favorite. Sean White looking like he working for the ages. Wish a white dude would tell me about black lives. Wasn't my choice when my parents got me baptized. Black oppression is a business. I see they want to test me like the litmus. Well, I know we'll be fixing the EQ. I'm just waiting on the day I finally get me too. Cause a nigga did a lot of shit. They say I don't belong in politics.
Came in this bitch just to rip heads off. Ay. Check on your head, now you getting checked off. Jump in the red, pour skirt, spare off. Put the poodle to your noodle, now you dripping red sauce. I don't listen to your rap, we got too many lies. Don't you come to my hood, you wouldn't survive it. They don't fuck with me, cause they can't fuck with me. I get it. Would say your girl pussy wet, but that be time. This time last year, I was dead broke. I was one day
away from trying to sell coke. Probably wanted to mix it up. Been dead or in jail. I was finna sell. Yeah, then yeah. Hit me on the sale. All right, let's fucking get it. We got announcements. And GTA. Yo, TJ, I need the playlist. Yeah, wouldn't you like the fucking playlist, huh? Wouldn't you fucking like? Don't worry about that, Raz. All right. Here's where we're at. Oil market, right here. We know the line in the sand. Well, we know the line in the sand is $100. Over $100, and Trump wants to fucking taco. The problem is there isn't that much that Trump can really taco on at this point. It seems like Iran is basically saying, fuck you, we're not going to stop anymore. You had your chance, you didn't take it. Fuck you. Trump in the U.S. doesn't seem to want to stop, and Netanyahu really doesn't want to seem to stop. But nobody, at least as far as we know, can get the Strait of Hormuz open. They can't get it open. So 20 million barrels a day, even after we tap into the reserves, as we know, 2 million barrels a day cap because they're in fucking salt mines. And if you pull any more out than 2 million, the fucking salt mine's going to implode. It's going to cave in, and we're going to lose 400 million barrels. So we have a supply crisis. And I kind of want to close the trade. I'll tell you why. But let's go over some headlines. I'm just going to scroll Walter Bloomberg from the bottom, and I'll read you all the Besant headlines, and then we'll go from there. So Besant did his first interview, and so this was the big headline, I think. And he says, it was always... no, actually, this isn't the one, but one. It was always in our plan, U.S. Navy or international coalition could have to escort tankers. This is a complete change of vibe here. This was not, they're saying this was always in the plan. I don't believe, based on prior comment, that this was always what they had planned, that there would be an international coalition to get oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. That doesn't really seem like we expected that we would get here. The market also doesn't agree with that, but that's comment number one. Second, he says that I believe that as soon as military possible, we will be escorting vessel through. So Chris Wright did an interview this morning. We watched it on Market Open Stream, and he was saying weeks. Which makes his tweet and then deleted tweet that much worse. But he was saying, Secretary of Energy, he like runs energy in the US. He was saying weeks and not sounding extremely optimistic about the timeline for our ability to get ships through. Then he says, Besant is a prospect. It is a prospect as soon as we have control over the skies, which is also a little bit of a weird comment because I was under the interpretation that the skies were being dominated by the US, but we just didn't want to fuck with the ground. So this is also kind of a weird comment, right? Like I feel like we had said in past, I can't believe I'm reading a grok. Yeah, Trump called it complete and total dominance on a previous interview. So as soon as we have control of the skies, that's a little bit of a weird comment, honestly. And then Trump speaks. So that was basically it from Besant, at least on Walter Bloomberg. Then Trump speaks and he's demanding an immediate rate cut from the Fed. The comms here are a little sporadic, right? I mean, objectively, they're like a little bit like, I don't know if panicky is the word, but it's not exactly like calm and bullish. I wouldn't use the words calm and bullish on these. So Trump speaks and he says, who, by the way, Trump's just like doing a 24/7 interview, I guess. All day, every day he's speaking. Trump demands immediate rate cut from Fed. Donald Trump criticized Jerome Too Late Powell, urging the Federal Reserve Chair to cut interest rates immediately instead of waiting for the next policy meeting. Is this possible? Like, has this been done before? This happened during COVID. As early as March. Wait, let me just like claw it real quick. I was scared that was gonna like show some shit. When has the U.S. issued an emergency rate cut and why? A couple times during COVID. I didn't really know about this. January 2001. Oh, cut 50 bips twice. 9/11, 50 bips. 2007. 2008, 75 bips. Whoa. 2008 again. Wow, they were spamming it. COVID, 50 bips. Market didn't care. March 5th. Then, whoa. March 3rd, 50 bips. And then 12 days later, cut to zero. Plus 700 billion QE. That's a fucking crazy. Sunday night announcement before Asian markets open. Wow, we would have ripped a trade on this, huh? At least I like to think I would have. What has to happen for emergency rate cuts? Is it the Fed's decision? Like Powell can just say, fuck it, we're doing it. No formal threshold. It's discretionary, but in practice few conditions. It doesn't feel like we're in a spot where the stock market down 10%, equities alone don't trigger it. Bad economic data, political pressure, technically. Okay. So Trump is coming out and saying demands immediate rate cut from Fed, followed by Powell should be dropping rates immediately. And then, so that's Trump, makes 2 comments today. And then Netanyahu speaks, I think for the first time, since the start of the war. And so here's a Iran thing real quick. IRGC official says if this is the on the side of I don't think they're down to ceasefire anymore. Says if our energy infrastructures are attacked, we will burn the region's oil and gas infrastructure. Which is crazy. Netanyahu dealing heavy blows to Iran's Revolutionary Guard forces. Netanyahu again. Iran is no longer the same Iran. Netanyahu. We're aiming to stop Iran from moving nuclear ballistic projects underground. Netanyahu again. We can create conditions for regime change, but it is up to Iran's people to take the streets. I feel like the window for this has passed, if it was going to happen, right? I feel like the window for this has sort of passed. Trump has also come out and said that there's almost no targets left for them to hit. Netanyahu again. When asked about the leaders, I wouldn't take out any life insurance on those leaders. Besson asked if costs would ever make him tell Trump war no longer affordable. Absolutely not. Here's this. Iran's missile launcher arsenal holds steady despite strikes. Despite heavy U.S. and Israeli strikes, about 60% of Iran's missile launchers have been destroyed. Little change from last week, showing how difficult it is to locate the small mobile systems. While attacks have dropped sharply and much of Iran's air defenses are damaged, Tehran is likely preserving launchers and adjusting tactics, continuing to fire drones and missiles while keeping its remaining launch capacity intact. This is so difficult to understand what's actually happening because there's no footage. There's no footage. There's no firsthand reports. There's nothing. And so how many missiles have they used? We don't know. How many interceptors have we used? We don't know. How many have been destroyed? We don't know. And what the basis is for these statistics and these announcements are really unclear, at least for me. There's no footage of anything. How do you know what anything is? So here's this announcement, which U.S. intervention in oil futures would be a biblical disaster, the CME warns. There was all this speculation, even by Citrini, that Besant was in the futures, oil futures order books. Who knows? Iran's UN envoy. We are not going to close Strait of Hormuz, but it is our right to preserve peace and security in the waterway. So then there's this, which is brutal. It's like a synagogue attack in Michigan today. And then Trump says, finally, last comment, that the situation with Iran has been moving along rapidly. So, yeah, in which direction? It's kind of funny. That's basically where we're at. And so now the question becomes, when the fuck does this end? Oh, this happened as well. I think this happened last night. It's kind of a gnarly watch, but I would consider this escalation. Iran has published new footage showing moments with a U.S.-owned oil tanker in the Persian Gulf. I think it was an Indian tanker owned by the U.S. So not like officially a U.S. tanker, but... Yeah, this is a tough watch. Should I finish the video? Ooh, that's a tough watch. Allahu Akbar. Is this TOS? Can I play this? Luke? You're fine? Really? Should I turn the sound off? Run it? Oh.
من نفتکش امریکایی در محدوده شمال خلیج فارس
Bro. Look at this fucking thing.
درود بر جمهوری اسلامی ایران رزمندگان نیروی دریایی سپاه پاسداران انقلاب اسلامی
No community note, bro. No community note. I can't believe I'm reading a grok. It says no, it's not real. Interesting. No community note though. So I'm almost positive it's real. So like, yeah, it's grok. There's several angles of the same thing. Okay, a couple more just like rapid fire updates is then this came out, which is extremely bizarre. Iran deputy FM says not laying mines in Hormuz Strait, which is very confusing because the US came out and said that they were. And then the US came out and said they destroyed mines in the strait. And the US coming out and saying that Iran was laying, this happened yesterday, remember this? Right after 2 days, I don't even know days anymore. It happened 2 days after it happened 2 minutes after Chris Wright deleted thing. US is like, oh yeah, they're laying mines in the strait, and oil ripped. Oil pumped hard on that announcement. Like really, they candled oil up high, hard, fast, aggressive, rough, fast. They candled it. And so what kind of inverse psyop is that? Why? I don't understand explain to me the rationale behind that. Why would they do that? If they're actually not laying the mines, why would you announce that they are and then that you've then destroyed them? DNAP is right. They gave a specific number, by the way. They said that they destroyed 10 mines. 10 was the number, like a specific number. And so it's like, are they laying them or are they not? Is unclear. It seems like they're not, because at least what I've seen on Twitter, again, I don't even fucking know. We've gotten so in the weeds. I don't even know. But Chinese ships are getting through. Chinese ships are getting through, and like Iran ships are getting through. They're just not letting enemy ships through. And so if you still want China to get ships through, you're not going to put mines in the strait, because the mine doesn't know what's Chinese and what's American. So they can't lay them. Maybe the US Navy just saw a really big fish. Right? They like physically can't do it, because then you're just going to blow up a Chinese tanker, and then what happens? It's GG. They know where they lay the mines though, bro. Yeah, but I don't think it's like that simple. Like, couldn't you just, like, I don't know, would you want to ship sail through a canal through a strait that has like mines in it? Like, probably not, right? Doesn't sound like a great idea. Also, if one of them, like, I don't know, dislodges and swims around a little bit and comes up, that doesn't seem GTO to me at all. Insurance might even let you. Yeah, I know. So there's that back and forth. And then we're not done. The supreme leader for Iran spoke. The new supreme leader, who's the son, spoke for the first time. And he basically said, We will not relent until making you sorry for this grave miscalculation. To Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. This is the quote. We will not relent until making you sorry for this grave miscalculation. He also declares that all U.S. military bases in the region should immediately close and will be attacked. And there's a couple like announcements here. This is the summary. He said, 1, strategic use of Strait of Hormuz. Iran will continue using the leverage of potentially blocking the strait. 2, he revealed that studies have been conducted to open additional fronts in areas where Iran believes its enemies have limited experience and greater vulnerability. 3, Iran will seek compensation from its enemies for damages caused during the conflict. So they want money. If compensation is denied, he warned Iran could seize assets or destroy equivalent property. 4, he demanded all U.S. military bases in the region be immediately shut down, warning that they could become targets if they remain operational. 5, according to reports, Iran signaled that attacks targeting Gulf Arab neighbors could continue as part of the ongoing confrontation. 6, he pledged revenge for those he described as martyrs, including victims. 7, the statement emphasized that Iran would not retreat from confrontation if the conflict persists. So he basically said, we're ready to play ball and we're not going to stop. And it seems pretty straightforward and direct that this is how he feels. So I have a few summary tweets we're going to read here. I think Calvin's going to be on shortly. By the way, he doesn't respond to me, so he might show up. We'll see. I hope he does. It should be time for him soon. We'll see. But so, okay. This is what crude looks like right now. And I kind of want to sell my long. By the way, I don't think it's a good idea. I emphasized super heavily yesterday. I don't really think you should be in it. Whatever. But okay, I kind of want to sell my long. And I'll tell you why. Here's the two like things that we should look at. Really, is U.S.-Iran ceasefire is dropping significantly. Oh, this, by the way, this just dropped very recently. Crazy. It's only 54% by May. I mean, oil would be like $1 million a barrel if we got to May. Oil would be literally priceless if we got to May. And then the other market is, wow, they're dropping fast. Why are they dropping so fast? Trump, these were way higher this morning. Trump announces the end of military operations against Iran by March 31st. It's down to 36%. 76% by April. The reason, like, okay, my one just game theory thinking about this is like, there isn't much else Iran can do to escalate other than continue to blow up ships. And so I know it's a time game here. Right? That's the problem. The more it goes on, the more oil that's missing. The bigger the squeeze is on oil, the higher it goes. But we're sitting at $95 on crude, and they've sort of already gone scorched earth. Like, they've blown everything up. They're blowing ships up that come through. And they've kind of, like, escalated about as hot. Like, they can't drop a nuke. They can't blow up their own oil. They need to continue producing and continue to let China and themselves through because that's how the only way they make money. And so there isn't really like another level that they can do beyond what they've already done. Like there isn't like a massive green can. I mean, I guess the final step here is a U.S. tanker eventually has to go through. And if they fucking blow up a U.S. tanker, then yeah, we have like escalation. But it's sort of feeling like to me at this stage is like, all right, Trump has whatever unknown objective he has to be done with like Operation Epic Fury and be done here and finish what he needs to finish. And if things get bad enough, he just has to pull out and just declare the war red or the war won. And I don't know, figure out how to open the strait. The thing that I don't really know, where I have just like an information gap and Twitter can't really help me here, is like, how realistic is it to get this thing back open? Like, how motivated is Iran to get this thing back open if the US was like, we're done and Israel's done today? How realistic is it that the strait opens? And I don't really know the answer to that. That is a Calvin question. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down. Calvin, how realistic is it to get the strait back open if Trump announces war over right now? What was the other question I wanted to ask? Is how can Iran realistically escalate from here? I'm gonna tweet it. I'm Calvin Forge, join up. I actually really want to talk to him. I really hope he joins. So that's like the question for me, is that how realistic is it for us to open that thing? Like, if they said we're done attacking, US is done, Israel's done, Netanyahu agrees, everyone's done. Are they down to just say fuck it, we're done too? And they're saying no, but like, I don't know. If the answer is really no, and there's really no way for us to like force it open other than ground troops, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And so that's my question I'm trying to figure out. YP, thanks for the 10 with the big 10. That's the question I'm trying to answer, and I don't really think it's a question that anybody can answer for me. Hey, bro, just wanted to say good morning. I'm dying. That's maybe not the best word. I'm struggling. Thanks for the one more gifted. There will be an extreme violation of the agreement. Even if they open it tomorrow, there'll be months of lasting effects. Like, yeah, there will be, but the market doesn't give a fuck, bro. If Trump announced a ceasefire right now, oil getting destroyed and the market's ripping. Like, here's the deal. Is like, I agree with you, and there will probably be some huge, at least from what I understand, some supply chain issues, chemical rips, fertilizer rips. Like, there will be squeezes, but the market, I mean, bro, SPY's fucking basically closed green every day for the last 2 weeks. It doesn't give a fuck. We're just gonna handle. I think if they announce it right now, ceasefire right now, we're fucking ripping. And oil's getting destroyed. And so the risk you run now continuing to stay long oil at this spot is that at any moment, Trump will just say the war's over. And there's not much you can do to like refute. You can't really like refute that, whether it's done or not. So that's kind of my take. Also, this is happening. I don't really know what this means, though. Who knows what this... Does anyone know what this means? Is Trump to suspend Jones Act to help tame oil prices. He does one out. One day after the Trump administration flip-flopped on the use of the SPR, eventually deciding to release 172 million barrels, they're planning to issue temporary waivers for a century-old maritime law, the Jones Act, that requires American-built ships to be used to transport goods between U.S. ports, and yet another attempt to control crude. They could temporarily waive the Jones Act. They lasted in October 2022. The Biden administration temporarily eased the 2020 law. What is the Jones Act? Trump is pinched as fuck here. Yeah, I agree. This is some like... No, he didn't say the war was over. He says it's basically over if he wants it to be, but he doesn't want it to be yet, is what he said. The Jones Act sealed up to 87. Bro, why do you do this? What are you talking about? Why would you say that to me? The Jones Act is a federal statute requiring goods shipped between U.S. ports to be transported on vessels that are U.S. built, owned, and crewed. Crewed. Funny word, crewed. It aims to support the U.S. maritime industry. Got it. So we can now ship goods between U.S. ports that are not owned by the U.S. How big of a deal is this? How impactful is Trump removing the Jones Act on the price of oil? Yeah, holy spell is right. Just breaking today. Marginal. It creates a domestic shipping cost premium. It's a spread problem, not supply. Got it. Got it. So you just pay more. But it doesn't fix the supply. Helps with domestic distribution bottlenecks, getting Gulf Coast crude to Northeast refiners more cheaply. There's nothing about supply shock. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he is in a spot. He is in a fucking spot. And I just don't know what the goal is at this point for Trump. What the goal is that would make us like stop. Yeah, it doesn't help for the missing oil. Dude, I want to talk to this fucking Calvin kid. Let's see. All right, here's what we're going to do then. I think he's going to come, but he's a tough one. There's a new Jank video that dropped. And I mean, we're so deep in monitoring. We should probably just fucking watch it, huh? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get up one more time. I'm gonna fill up my water. I'm gonna prep for Calvin. And I'll be back in a minute. If he doesn't come, then we have other shit to talk about. It's fine. But if he does come, it will also be equally fine. All right, BRB. I need them. Hey, let's just squeeze him, bro. Tweet here. Tweet at this motherfucker. We need him. I'm about to just call him on Discord. I know. Ghosting me right now is crazy, dude. Hey, reply to this tweet. Just tag him. Tag him, blow his phone up, tell him to get on the fucking stream. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. And we'll rip. BRB.
Away from trying to sell clothes. Probably would have messed it up being dead or in jail. I was finna sell Yay hit me on the sale. Like, damn, you the true dog. Alley, you dog. We could run this whole shit like Dre and Snoop Dogg. Hey, cash out. You know the whole lot to see you bring it. You know the road with a nigga bring it. You know they all love a nigga when you rolling in my hoop, do you get me from A to B? I'm good in my hood, them niggas don't play with me. This is party Flacco, yeah, the niggas they can't see. We the one who set the trends, what they gonna say to me? Hey, what they gonna say to me? We the one who set the trends, man, that's just the way it be. Hey, pay a toll, pay a fee. Hey, nigga pregnancy. Hey, fuck a lane, legacy. Hey.
I'm dead nice, should be paid off a net price alone. Visit financing, get my debts right. Visit your mama after, cause the head right. I spread the best advice, invest tight. Word. Would've got Kanye West out of debt twice. Cause I'm just trying to be the greatest genius of Jesus. My terms of condition to go over heads like the set price. It's like the Fed price. Think about the comparisons, the fake me's, embarrassing. If it matters, I'm embarrassed.
I'm supposed to be the late guy.
Think about the state of mind, think about my mind state is passive. A few million.
I'm supposed to be the guy that's late to everything. I'm supposed to be the guy that's like, chat, what's up with that? It's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be the late guy. ASAP Rocky, fuck that song, was still a banger. They re-released that verse somewhere. All right, here's what we're going to do. Now, I've been born and raised in New York City for some effort to move here and think you can rep Tim's. Check Ave. All right, what's the Ave thing? Fine. Ave and a big 2-6, big bro. Come on, G. Ave. Oh, I saw this. Wow. Earlier today, users attempted to buy Aave using 50 mil USDT through the Aave interface. Given the unusually large size of the single order, the Aave interface, like most trading interfaces, warned the user about extraordinary slippage and required confirmation via a checkbox. The user confirmed the warning on their mobile device and proceeded with the swap, accepting the high slippage which ultimately resulted in receiving only 324 Aave in return. How much is Aave? Oh my God. The transaction could not be moved forward without the user explicitly accepting the risk through the confirmation checkbox. The cow swap routers function as intended, and the integration followed standard industry practices. However, while the user was able to proceed with the swap, the final outcome was clearly far from optimal. Events like this do occur in DeFi, but the scale of the transaction was significantly larger than what is typically seen in the space. We sympathize with the user and will try to make a contact with the user when we will return the 600K in fees collected from the transaction. Oh, dude. The key takeaway is that while DeFi should remain open and permissionless, allowing users to perform transactions freely, there are additional guardrails the industry can build to better protect users. Our team will be investigating ways to improve these safeguards going forward. Oh my God. That is disgusting, actually. CMS had a funny tweet about it. Wow. That's insane, actually. Pretty nasty, I can't lie. Someone else, he lost $36 million. I don't even know what CowSwap is. I've never used this before. Where does the money go? He just get mev'd? Is it down since this? No, not really. I mean, fuck, they made 600K in fees on it. Wow. But CowSwap is great. Vitalik uses it to sell ETH. Yeah, there you go. Meanwhile, this thing is just curling, bro. Also, yeah, it was a phone transaction. All right. Chat. While we get ghosted and carried by this gentleman right now, what do you say we watch some what's the appetite to watch the new Jang video? High, low, in the middle. Because I'm down. I'm super down to watch it. Less. Yes, watch. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of box office still. I can't lie. Quick 50M's gone back to oil. I know. Let's watch like 10, 15 minutes. And then we'll see where our interview is, if it's going to happen or not. I think it's going to happen. It just might take a second. He also might be in the Google Meets. We'll see. I watched it. It paid off. Let's watch like 10, 15 minutes and see what happens. What's good, Teo?
As I mentioned last class,
We basically finished yesterday's, but oil started ripping and it put us in a spot. I couldn't focus. But we basically finished yesterday.
there are
Also, Jack, no.
three major questions that will determine how this war is fought, what this war will end up looking like, and how the world will change.
No, we're not going to watch the whole thing.
And as I discussed last class, I'm making three predictions about this war. The first is the United States will use ground troops. And this will mean that Donald Trump will institute a national draft. Okay? That's the first prediction. Second prediction is that Israel and the United States will not use tactical nuclear weapons in this war. Number 3 is that the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in the Islamic world, will be destroyed during this war. Okay.
The third is one I don't really know that much about. 2, no way. 1, I hope not.
Okay, so last class, I explained my analysis and my reasoning for my first 2 predictions. Today, I'll explain my third prediction. So, but before we start, I just want to look at some videos, okay? So you understand some of the context, some of the players in this war. All right, so this is Senator Blumenthal.
This guy came out and said we're going to get ground
troops. And he is one of the 100 members of the US Senate. He's also one of the members of the Gang of 8. Now, when you are fighting a war, the White House has responsibility to report its objectives, its purpose, how the war is progressing to 8 members of Congress in a confidential setting, okay? And this is Senator Blumenthal after he's been debriefed by the White House, okay? And this is what he has to say about the progress of the war so far.
I emerged from this briefing as dissatisfied and angry, frankly, as I have from any past briefing.
By the way, I made this tweet today and deleted it. They gotta stop letting all of these senators and shit speak about these briefings. They gotta stop letting this happen. I feel like this is such a bad precedent every single time. They gotta stop letting them speak on these briefings.
In my 15 years in the Senate, I am left with more questions than answers, especially about the cost of the war. My questions have been unanswered, and I will demand answers because the American people deserve to know. And I guess I am most concerned about the threat to American lives of potentially deploying our sons and daughters on the ground in Iran. We seem to be on a path toward deploying American troops on the ground in Iran to accomplish any of the potential objectives here. And there is also, as disturbingly as anything else, the specter of active Russian aid to
like
Iran,
a day or 2 ago,
putting in danger American lives.
All right, so 3 things to take away from his talk with reporters, okay? The first thing is the administration, Donald Trump, White House, has not articulated a budget. How much will this war cost? Which means that this is an open-ended war. We don't know when this war will end.
Besson just said what? Besson said that the Trump-Starmer relationship will get back on track. U.S. Secretary Besson confirmed that Iran is not mined to trade it for moves. He added that after the Iran conflict, the U.S. economy will grow at 3% and get back on track. Interesting.
And so we don't know what the commitment is, and so we don't know how much this war will cost. Okay, that's the first point he makes. The second point he makes is we are on a path towards the deployment of ground troops in Iran. Okay, and that basically means the national draft.
Bro.
And the third thing that's crucial is he says that they know for a fact that Russia is already involved in this war, aiding Iran. Okay, so that's the 3 main takeaways from
We didn't watch this. Let's watch this.
Okay, so this is the foreign minister of Iran, Agachi, talking to NBC News. All right? And NBC News is going to ask Agachi, hey, there's talk in the United States already of ground troops being used against Iran. Okay? Now, I want you to observe his response and then the response of the journalist.
President Trump has not ruled out boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You were waiting for the U.S. military to invade
the
ground
smile,
troops?
bro.
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that will be a big disaster for them.
Okay, you understand? Okay.
So you're saying that Iran is ready and willing to take on the U.S. military if there were to be ground troops?
Well, we were ready for this.
Okay, so again, certain things to appreciate. First of all, the foreign minister, Agachi, he is not at all concerned about ground troops. In fact, he basically said, it's a trap for you guys. You come in, we've been preparing for about 20 years for this, we'll destroy you. Another thing that you will notice is the journalist is completely surprised by the answer. He's shocked into silence. He has to ask again, wait, are you saying you're ready for ground troops? And so this shows you that within Washington, D.C., okay, within the Trump administration, within the foreign policy elite, within the media elite, they haven't really thought this through out. They really haven't considered the possibility of losing this war. Washington, D.C. right now, it's a bubble, okay? It's an insular bubble where everyone just believes the same things, and that's very problematic.
Do you really believe that they didn't think this through on the straight? Is it really possible that that happened? It's just like hard to believe that, bro.
If you are to continue fighting this war, okay? All right, let's continue.
Like, how is that possible?
Okay, this is
we haven't watched this.
Rabbi Sneerson, and he is the leader, or he used to be. He's died, but he used to be the leader of an organization.
They did the math, but they really fucking suck at math. Is basically what you're telling me.
Called the Shabbat Lubavitch. I'll be talking more about Shabbat Lubavitch as we go along, okay? But I introduce you to him now. This is year 1990, and he is talking to Benjamin Netanyahu, who is a young and upcoming politician in Israel, okay?
Oh, this is
and so let's look at the conversation.
בכל העניינים. מה שישראל לאחרונה ניתצו כמה עניינים. מה שהוא יאות, וגם משהו שעדיין משאיר ליבו. אז הייתה משהו במה ידיעתו. הכנראה שהיא מספיק, שהיום כבר שוד, כמה שוד בגין עדיין ליבו. אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אבל יש משתדלים גם היום. בבשורות טובות.
Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, so as an up-and-coming politician, Netanyahu is going to the rabbi, and the rabbis are the most powerful people in the Jewish society. He basically says, will you give me your blessing? Will you support me in my political endeavors? And the rabbi says, yes. They also talk about how things are progressing, okay? So another way of saying this is that there's almost like a plan in motion to achieve certain religious objectives, and things are going well. But the Rabbi Sneerson says, but they're not going fast enough because we need the Messiah, the great leader of the Jewish people, to come. And we can set in motion things that will force the coming of the Messiah. So let's speed things up, Netanyahu. Okay? So what this is, I'll explain later on, okay? But I want you to be aware of this, who these people are. Rabbi Sneerson is very important for our story. And Netanyahu, of course, is the current Prime Minister of Israel. All right, let's continue. All right.
Wait, my headphones are gonna die. Dude, this fucking Calvin guy. I want to hear his takes. All right, we're good. Chat, if this gets too crazy, let me know, bro.
I want to know what you're reading now.
What I'm reading?
Yeah.
It's called The Jews Against Rome.
What made you pick it up?
Well, we lost that one. I think we have to win the next one.
We want to know what you're reading now.
Okay. All right, so that's a very quick exchange, okay? So a journalist is asking Benjamin Netanyahu, what book are you reading now? And he says, Rome versus the Jews. It's a book by Barry Strauss, an historian. And it goes on about the 3 wars that the Jews fought against the Romans. And it was essentially a Holocaust for the Jews. A lot of Jews either died or were enslaved. The Romans burned down the Second Temple. So there's this historical animosity of the Jews against the Romans, okay? But what he said is, what Benjamin Netanyahu said is that, I'm reading this book because we lost that war against Rome. But in the next war against Rome, we must not lose. The question then is, who's Rome? It's not Iran, guy. It's probably not Russia.
Oh, it's
probably America, right? The great empire. So
someone was talking about this Hexeth video yesterday. I didn't watch it.
This is strange because Israel is the ally of America in this war. But Netanyahu is saying that, no, our real enemy is Rome. And that's what we must prepare for, okay? So I want you guys to keep this in mind. All right, this is Peter Hegseth, who is the Secretary of War for Donald Trump.
We know him very well.
And this is the year about 2018, where he is in Jerusalem, and he's talking to Christian Zionists, okay? Who these people are, I'll explain later on, okay? But let's listen to his speech really quickly.
And I and others had a chance to go see the western wall of the Temple Mount, the western wall tunnels, so much of the old city. And as you stand there, you can't help but behold the miracle before you. And it got me thinking about another miracle that I hope all of you don't see too far away. Because 1917 was a miracle, 1948 was a miracle, 1967 was a miracle, 2017, the declaration of Jerusalem as the capital was a miracle, and there's no reason why the miracle of the reestablishment of the temple on the Temple Mount is not possible.
Okay, so he is a Christian. He's not a Jew. But what he's saying is that he's come to Jerusalem and he's visited these Jewish holy sites. And he can't help be amazed, be awed by the beauty, the spirituality of
what year
the
is this
Western
from?
Wall.
2018?
He also goes on to say that there's been a series of miracles, okay? So 1917 was the Balfour Declaration, when basically the British Empire permitted the Jews to found the nation-state of Israel. 1948 was when Israel was founded. 1967 was when when Israel fought a war against its Arab neighbors and won. Okay, and 2017 was when Donald Trump transferred the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, thus recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. And what he's saying is that, well, if this is a series of steps to achieving the divine plan, then the next miracle should be the rebuilding of Solomon's temple, the third temple, and that means destroying the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Okay? So what's going on here? Okay, again, I'll explain to you later on, but I want you to be aware of who these people are and how they think. All right, let's go one more video. And so if you want to build Solomon's temple,
we're going like deep down. This is gonna be a long video. I don't know if we're gonna make it through this whole video. I'll keep going for a little bit though.
If you want to build the third temple, you need to.
But I feel like we're going fucking deep.
Get rid of the third holiest site in the Islamic world. And how do you do that? Well, there are some options, okay? So,
missiles will hit the mosque.
By the way, where's this fucking... Chat, we might not get it. I'm not gonna lie. We might not get it today. We might not get it. We might not get it. We'll see though. We'll see. All right, fuck it. Let's keep going for a little bit and see what happens.
Missiles will hit the mosque and clear the place for the third Bet HaMikdash. That could also be a miracle. If it was up to me, the last time when they shot hundreds of missiles, I would pretend that one missile came from Iran and shoot it down. You know, then all the Arabs will go against Iran, it will be the end of the problems. You make them fight with each other, this bunch of lunatics. Never too late, you deal with a bunch of cowards.
Okay, so this is a rabbi in Israel. He's saying how last year, during the 12-day war in June, Iran was firing missiles at Israel. And what he's saying is, you know, that was an opportunity for us to pretend that Iranian missile hit the Dome of the Rock, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, thus destroying it. And then the Arabs will blame the Iranians, and the Arabs will go to war against the Persians. And then we can just sit back and laugh at these lunatics. Okay? So, again, this may be confusing to you as to who these people are, why they are saying these things. All right? But now what I'm going to do is explain to you what is really going on. Okay? And I keep on saying this, but it is hard from a geopolitical perspective to explain this US-Iran war. You have to look at the religious perspective, okay? The religious angle, and that's what I want to focus on.
Dude, I feel
today.
like we're like so deep. Like I'm talking about the math on the Strait of Hormuz, and now we're fucking in the like completely in the weeds here. All right, let's do this. I want to give him like 5 minutes to give his take on like summarize it, and then we're gonna cut him because we're going fucking. I prefer the math too. I agree. This is like we're like out of my pay grade at this point.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so again, this is the 3 holiest site in the Islamic world. This is Saudi Arabia, Mecca, Medina, and this is the Dome of the Rock, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is where Muhammad was supposed to ascend to heaven. And the Jews and the Christian Zionists believe that this must be destroyed so that they can build the 3rd temple, or Solomon's temple, okay? All right, so this is the big question in this war. And again, I keep on saying this, but I need to be right in my prediction if my analysis is to be correct. If they do not destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and if they are able to achieve peace, then my predictive model, my analysis is completely wrong, and you just ignore me, okay, for the rest of my life. And I can go back to teaching, you know, great books.
Ignoring for the rest of my life is crazy. That's it? We're done rocking with Jang?
So let us examine why this is important, okay? So today I want to introduce you to a new theory of game theory called the law of eschatological convergence.
Jeez.
Okay, so this is a very hard thing to write down, okay? It sounds complicated, but it's not, okay? Eschatology, what it is a story of how the world ends. And it's very it's very compelling for people because, remember, we discussed this last semester, but as human beings, we have 3 questions. Where do we come from? Why are we here? Where are we going? And eschatology provides a story that answers all 3 questions. Why God created us, what our mission on earth is, and what God has planned for the end of the world, okay? And different traditions will have different eschatologies. And what's important to figure out is, in what aspect do these eschatologies converge, okay? Converge, meaning a union of these eschatologies. And why is that important? Because it allows you to predict how they will behave. Think of a story as the operating system.
I'm done with this for now, chat. This is just, I don't have the brain capacity for this right now. We're not going to finish it anyways. It's not going to happen. Shout out to Professor Jang, but we're not finishing it right now. There's just no way. There's no shot. There's no shot. Yeah, the point was made. I think the point was made. What's your TP? ATM? I don't have one. I don't have a TP on this. I'm kind of just going by ball tingle, to be honest. And balls are tingling to get out of this trade. We'll see. I think RR up here is like not great, which I've said a bunch of times. I think RR up here is not great at all. Just because you have so many things working against you. You really do have so many things working against you. He was getting into juicy stuff. Prob off stream watch though. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch off stream and come back and give you some takes. But also my OBS is fried right now. I can't switch scenes, go full screen, anything. We're all over the place. But chat, I think we lost Calvin. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna have to be a tomorrow stream, to be completely honest with you. I think it's gonna have to be a tomorrow stream. If it is a tomorrow stream, what we're probably gonna do is twofold. One is Calvin and oil. And then 2 is, I think it's becoming time to start talking about crypto again. And what I want to spend a lot of tomorrow on is this stretch from Sailor in MicroStrategy, which I don't fully understand still, but they've bought 4,000 fucking Bitcoin today. What is the price of Bitcoin? Bro, they bought 4,000 Bitcoin today. They bought like $400 million worth of Bitcoin today. Is kind of unreal. I don't even fully understand how it works, by the way. I'm tuning to Jonah Camp after they flake from waving. We don't know if that's what they bought today. It's the money they raised. I don't entirely know how it works, but I'll know how it works by tomorrow. I just haven't paid that much attention to it. And a lot of retarded BTC people I follow are just like, let's see, STRC. Yeah, 2,000 already for sale today. Record-setting day inbound. I don't know how long he can sustain this price, but any meaningful time of very large impact. Fun to watch. This is how it works. If it's trading above 100, then Sailor has to issue new STRC shares. And as soon as he collects the USD, he turns around to buy BTC. At the same time, once his leverage ratio remains stable, so he's something like 2x the STR-ATM and MSTR-ATM. Yeah, it's like financial, some deep financial alchemy. Yeah, we'll cover this tomorrow just because the number is so ridiculous. And then I'll do what I can to get our fellow... It gives me Luna vibes. Yeah, I talked to a couple people about it, and everyone's like, it gives me Luna vibes. So we'll cover that tomorrow. We will cover the oil trade and what I do with it. Will I sell it today? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. And yeah, it's been an insane 2 weeks. What if there's a draft? I have a torn labrum, which I actually have to go to physical therapy for tomorrow morning. I can't, that's why I can't stream in the morning. Mondays or Fridays are pretty boring anyways. I don't think we'll get our electric day tomorrow, but I feel like we're due for a day here. At some point in the relatively near future, we're due for a day. Spy looks like this. Spy looks brutal. It's been an insane 2 weeks. For some reason, I get like the feeling that things are going to slow down here, even though comms and announcements are saying nothing is going to slow down. I kind of get the feeling that we may be approaching at some point here relatively soon an end to this, but Polymarket is just saying otherwise. It just is. This is definitely worth following here. This season. I think this is the best market, probably, right? The ceasefire market. By when? Is there anything better? The straightforward moves. That one's closed. Ceasefire. Regime fall. U.S. forces enter Iran. If active military personnel physically enter Iran, boots on the ground, 61%. That's crazy. Chat. 67% is crazy high. That is kind of crazy. All right. That's what I'm sorry about the Calvin thing. I'm sorry about the Calvin thing. I am. I'm disappointed, but I'll do my best to bring him in here tomorrow and talk to him. But dude, I feel like we fucking have covered everything we could possibly cover. Can you stream from Iran if you get drafted? Bro, I'm undraftable. I am undraftable. I'll do my best. We'll get him in here tomorrow or whenever we can get him. But, man, I feel like we have fucking done what we can do coverage-wise. I don't know if we've missed anything. Maybe it's like a couple hours of some Jang videos, but we're about as caught up as you can get caught up. And we'll see what happens with oil. Last thing I'll give you all. Now, I know it was a little bit of a short stream, but to be fair, we did a morning as well. I have a Telegram. I post on Telegram all day. It's for like stream homies only. If you want to join, that is the link right there. I'm in there all fucking day. I'm actually in there a lot right now. I feel like it's better than Walter Bloomberg, how often I'm typing in there. It's like the best of the best. How often I'm in there. But oh wait, Calvin's tweeting. Should I wait a second? It's full of vague posting. He just tweeted. Should I wait? The only problem is my OBS is rugged right now, so I can't switch the scene if he comes on. So it makes like a weird spot. I'm gonna have to, if he comes on, I'm gonna have to rug Twitch. Very unfortunate. I do want to fucking hear from him though. Wait, let's give him a minute. Sorry, man, got my time zone wrong. No way. No way! Stop playing with it. Hold on. Wait, Luke, lock in. See if he pulls up. Wait, see if he pulls up. Let's see. If not, we'll do him tomorrow. Pause. Let's see. You're gonna have to rug. I am gonna have to rug the Twitch. For some reason, my OBS is like frozen. I'm gonna have to rug Twitch. Will everything rug, Luke? Or just Twitch? We'll get it back up if we do. Let's see. Let me give him a couple minutes. If not, I'm just gonna rug stream entirely. Let me give him a minute though. Damn, just had double espresso lock in. Also, oil is just fucking ready to candle. Let's see what he said. No aloe for Twitch users. Unlucky. What do you mean aloe? Crude oil aloe. 2 quarters in, pulled a hamstring. GG. Dude, this is like stream number 10 of the week. They're streaming so much. Also, these are heavy streams. You guys feel like, bro, we used to talk about fucking pump fun all day. We used to talk about pump fun all day. Now we're talking about war in the Middle East. Well, what is that candle? Then AI, yeah. We spent a lot of time talking about Pete Hegseth specifically in the last, like... This is what drives it all, though. Let's see. Coffee. I've had so much coffee. If I have any more caffeine, it's gonna, like... be a legitimate problem. I don't think I can drink more coffee, bro. We have spent a ridiculous amount of time talking about Pete Hegseth. For better or for worse. Missed it with that ad. Sorry, G. Alright, I'm gonna give this dude 3 minutes. Like this. Exact time. It's 5:49:38. What time should I give him until? Until we just move it to tomorrow. 5:55. No. 554.53. 554.53, I think. Talk about clavicular. YouTube wants me to talk about collab. I thought you wanted to short. Yeah, the only problem is like he's kind of got good takes, bro. I don't know about good takes, but he has interesting takes. He's very interesting takes. U.S. military has confirmed the loss of a KC-135 refueling aircraft. The incident occurred in friendly airspace during Operation Epic Fury. I feel like we've lost a lot of infra from friendly. U.S. Central Command confirmed that 2 aircraft were involved in the incident. One went down in western Iraq, while the second landed safely. Interesting. Can you watch the 83-point game? Really? Should we watch Kobe's 81? Is that what we should watch? 43 free throw shots is crazy. I know. Unethical ass hoops is what that is. What happens if the U.S. take out the new Ayatollah? Probably nothing, bro. Kobe had 20 free throws versus 43. Hype perps are now available. Whoa. Is that a big deal? What did I just read? I thought it was a Robinhood announcement. You're a real life Twitter kid. Those were ethical buckets, bro. He shot 43 fucking free throws. What are we talking about? Ethical buckets out here. Hype perpetual futures are now available on Robinhood. It's crazy, huh? All right, Calvin can't do it. We got to push him. Family issue. He told me what it is. I don't want to read it out loud. We lost him for today. We lost him for today, guys. We lost him. I'm sorry.
And in game number 66 of the regular season, off we go, gang, on another NBA adventure. Teams looking for their 37th win.
Chat, I'm going to watch this and I'm going to get off. I love you guys. Sorry about the rug. We'll get it at a certain point. I appreciate you all. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. It's Calvin, bro. The ghost of Calvin. Oh, my God. What is the announcement? That's a headline front run. They don't want me to get off stream. I can't click on links, unfortunately, Tulip King. My OBS is fucked. Oh my God. $96 crude. Wow. What's Brent? Holy fuck, man. This is wrong. But I don't think this... Wow, 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 wow. Oh my fuck, dude. Joe Weisenthal, what did he tweet? Six French soldiers were injured in an attack reportedly carried out by a kamikaze drone on a joint base of France and Kurdish. Whoa. Man. 6. This is the problem, is you don't get any fucking content on any of this. You can't get any content on what's happening. No content on what's happening. No coverage. It's just like, it's like illegal to post. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Look at the 1 hour on this thing. Look at the fucking 1 hour on this thing. I'm telling you, I have like a feeling I should get out of this position, but I don't know when this is going to stop. Wow. The actual oil market is closed right now. The chart is the coverage. Yeah, the chart is... No, the chart's not the coverage. The chart's fucking late. The chart's late and wrong. Check for Squawk 2. What do we got? How much are you up? Wouldn't you like to fucking know, huh? Rio Tinto suspended all mining operation. What does this mean? Help, I'm alive, my heart keeps beating like a hammer. Beating like a... What is this? What is this? What is this? One of the world's largest multinational mining and metals operation. It's a U.S. oil rig. Wow, 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 wow. Hitting range. You're good, Spicy Meatball. You said oil opens again in 3 minutes. U.S. officials report that Iran is laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. That's the headline. This contradicts earlier remarks by Treasury Secretary Besson, who said Iran had not mined the Strait. Bro, they have no fucking idea what's going on. They said yes, and they said no, then they said yes again. GG is right. Are they doing it or not? Wow, 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 wow. My gut also says yes. The only problem is they're letting China get through. And so if China's getting through, are they mining it? Oh, Calvin's firing right now.
In historic days.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
We are in historic days. Days that will be written in the annals of Israel. In Operation Roaring Lion, our roar is growing and intensifying. We are pummeling the Islamic regime in Tehran. We are pummeling its emissaries, Hezbollah in Lebanon. There's unprecedented coordination between Israel and the U.S. and achieved substantial achievements that are changing the reality in the West Bank, in the Middle East and beyond. These achievements are increasing the status of Israel as a superpower more than ever. Through our power in opposition to the power of our enemies, this is what is ensuring our survival. Our threats come and go, but when we become a regional superpower, and in many respects a global superpower, we have the power to push away threats and ensure our future. In 1993, I published an article in one of the newspaper in which I wrote, the biggest threat to the state of Israel is not in Arab states, but it is in Iran. Since then, for over 30 years, the murderous Ayatollah regime indeed has acted to attack the US and the West. But first and foremost, it worked to implement its plan to destroy the state of Israel.
Calvin can't make it, my friend. Yeah, we're just getting contradictory ass posts. Nobody has any fucking idea what's happening. Did you miss any big news? This one just came out and ripped the market, kind of. So not really. I mean, yeah, like infinite, but not a ton.
End of the season. And Bam Adebayo, as he so often has done lately, John. Davion Mitchell, the orchestra leader, the engine that helps the Heat offense. Come back. Mitchell against Carrington. To the paint, good reach in by Sol. Now Bam takes advantage. Euro steps in for the flip. 7 points in a row. So a showcase of the...
Wow. Full retrace on this. Another news or no? No, no more news. Japan said to join the U.S. missile defense system with an announcement expected at upcoming summit. Wow, bro. Oh my fuck. Dude, chat. This is getting crazy. Oil back, markets back open. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I don't even know what hours the oil market trades. I just fucking am on hyperliquid. Holy fuck, man. This thing is just candling. Is your trade on oil still cooked? What do you mean by cooked? Good thing I sold. I didn't sell. 6 p.m. EST reopened. It's 6 p.m. Dude. They don't have this under control at all. Wow. Brent gonna break 100. CL candling. Where's the poly market odds? US forces 61. Same. 36 by March 31st. Same. Oil. Wow. Aren't you full ported? I wouldn't say I'm full ported, but I have a good amount of size in, but it's basically all spot. Well, no, it's not basically all spot. It's all 2x leverage. I can't click on that headline. I gotta just search. My OBS is clicked. It's cooked. Was it? Mensch. Ausnet. No. U.S. CENTCOM announced the loss of a KC-135 over Western Iraq. 2 aircraft were involved in the incident. 1 went down. They're saying this was friendly fire. It means 3 more U.S. soldiers killed. Stop. No, I know we clicked on this, but like, is that true? This is friendly fire? Do we think that's what happened? Damn, rest in peace, man. 3 more American soldiers. Rest in fucking peace. That is honestly terrible. Rest in peace. But what? This is like the 3rd time this is. How is this happening? How is this happening? Look at Psyduck's Twitter. Damn, rest in peace. Which is actual Twitter? I can't. Rookie expertise on a Jonah daughter. How long till markets realize that Trump has lost control of the situation? They're realizing it right now. At what point do you fucking short SPY? I don't know. It's like it's a hero trade. It feels like it's a impossible to do it, but somebody's gonna do it. Wow, 96 and change. I mean, this thing is just look at the 4 hour. Watch this. Is disgusting. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Can you end your trade early? Or is that not possible? I'm new to this whole thing. What do you mean? Like, can you close? On Hyperliquid, you close at any time. What do you mean by can you end your trade early? Yeah, you can close at any time. On Hyperliquid, 24/7. Hyperliquid 24/7. You can close any. That's why crypto's the greatest thing ever. 24/7. You can close at any time. Yeah. Stocks, no. Wow.
Talented two bigs in our matchup. Mitchell cross court for
Tough.
the band
Good
three.
pass.
Yes.
Have you had any problems with drawing Hyperliquid? No, I haven't.
Bam Adebayo. So the rookie has 5 points. Miami up by 2. 5.5 left, first quarter. Here comes Bam again. Against Sar. He slammed it through.
Tough.
Ball fake. Explosive
Alex, sorry, you a
finish
bitch.
around the
I'm
shot
from DC
blocker.
too. The
He's
Wizards
got
show.
13 on 6 of 7 shooting. Bam from the corner. You gotta love this. The Heat lead is only
Quick
3.
trigger.
Mitchell.
Award, skip.
Gordon.
Damn, quick trigger. Nice. Tough. Nah, you're good,
Vucevic
Spoon.
trying to slow down the heated Bam Adebayo right now is playing with so much confidence.
Sick him. Yes, and the foul.
Defense right here, right by him, and
You never know what's in off the deck by Larson. You just never know what's in store. Yes, sir. How about some more? A 30-point first quarter for Bam Adebayo.
this is just a total heat check. He's getting tired from shooting so much.
Tough.
Vucevic.
Sharif Cooper.
28 threes on the year.
Give me that shit.
By Bam Adebayo. Larson. Yes, a touchdown for Miami. Only a 14-point lead for Miami. I say only because the Heat have felt like a dominant team tonight.
Come here.
He's untouchable right now.
Over by Trey Johnson and the Wizards. Here's the spin.
Check in. What do we got? What do we got? 85.6. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio joined President Trump on his trip to China. Where the fuck is JD Vance? U.S. crude features. Western leaders pivot to blaming Putin's hidden hand. Is Iran not going to plan? Pam Adebayo's summer. What did Basic Z tweet? Basic Z. When someone says AAOI is a shitco, that's not on the way of being lots of AAOI. Let's see. Oh my God. Jesus. So Trinity the GOAT, huh?
Getting
retracing. It wants, bro. This thing's gonna go to fucking
to the middle. Where's the help defense? There isn't any.
Where the fuck is JD Vance?
Heat ahead by only 12.
No.
Bam spinning on Saul and putting it down. 30.
What the fuck was that? What? Bam Adebayo is not hitting shit like that. What? Look at this candle, bro. Jesus. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. They have no control over the situation. Poly market update. 61% by December. Same. Poly market update. It's 36 by March. Same. Oil, just candling. Michael Beasley said a while ago the only dude beat him once was Bam Adebayo, and I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Look at this shit go. What am I watching?
For Captain Bam.
Captain
Here he
Bam.
is.
What?
Little left hand
Stop.
hesitation
I don't like
through
that.
the legs. I mean, this is just.
This is Davion. Under a minute left in the first half. Bam. Got it. A chance at a three-point play. 42.
An attack mode. Quick catch and go. Need to surround him with some better shooters and some shot creators.
Wizards finally doubled Bam on that last play. Here he comes again. He's a run.
Wow, this thing just wants to pop, man. It wants to fucking pop. We're at the Trump line on 100 on Brent. We are. What does this read on TradingView? Wow, Bitcoin just is like fine. Wow, look at this thing. Go. Look at this thing. What am I watching?
Away man. Mayhem Gardner.
Mayhem, man. Look at this great take, though.
92 to 73.
Bro, how you got Gardner's like 60?
Yes.
What a fucking hand up.
48 for Adebayo.
60 points.
Trey Johnson shoots the three over
Bad
Bam.
shot. That wasn't leaking out like a mellow.
There he is again. 52 for Bam. And a timeout for Brian Keefe, who walks to midcourt, shaking his head in disbelief. Bam's
disgusting. This is disgusting.
And he throws it away that
Sharif
time.
Cooper, give me that.
Oh, Drew Smith stole it. There it is.
So
no-heat
weak.
record. 62 for Bam Adebayo.
This is so weak.
Also, the fast break points, too, 19 to 5. And, he's really taking
What a
advantage
bro!
of the
What a
position,
hand up!
miscues and rebounds.
Adam Silver got to be in the files, bruh.
Fontecchio rattles it down. Fontecchio
Why is that?
rattles it down. His third triple. He has 60. A steal by Keyshawn Johnson. 21 turnovers.
Bro, I could have 50 in this game.
Nice pass.
Why they got a nice
I
pass?
love that Bam just did that.
I can't believe Bam just did that.
Here's Bam. Got fouled. It goes. 69 for Bam.
Oh, my. Catch and go on the missed steal. And Bam able to get home.
Keyshawn Johnson with 7 points. Bam with the block.
Hope he had.
Here's the defensive stance. Protecting that rim is so the idea is trying to utilize their skill.
Four stands. Bam! Fourth most points in the history of the NBA by an individual player. Into Bam! Yes! And a foul!
Bro.
He's got 76!
Oh my God. That don't even sound right. He's got 76. That don't even sound right. They don't even believe that. 43 fucking free throws is a joke. Just a disgrace to the NBA. This war goes on for months or years. Six years ago today, S&P futures went limit down overnight on COVID crash. Yeah, the Dems are gonna fucking sweep, is right. I want to see this thing move. This thing move. Are there any other markets that are good? This one's not that good. Regime fall. How many different countries will Israel strike in 2026? It's a crazy market. Bro, that's a crazy market. Jeez. That's a ridiculous market. God. Wow. Oh, no. U.S. escorts commercial ship through Hormuz by March 31st. 35% chance, yes. This might be a fade. It has no volume, though. This might be a fucking fade. Look at this thing. Oh, it's going to pop. That might be a fade, actually. That might be a fade. I want a rug. I want to get off stream. But I want to see like one more candle close. I almost hit my time quota too. I hit my time quota. I want a rug, but like DJ Khaled is Bam's best friend this summer. I'm geeked. First chatter comes in to say that after we stop watching. That's funny. Shout out you, my homie. Is there any like good like YouTube coverage on this? Like, let's go like oil. Who's live? Live filtered by views. Nothing crazy.
Seaver says, this angle makes you look small as fuck. My diet is what's making me look small as fuck, bro. You're saying I'm skinny. I got a state trooper build. The fuck's that mean, bro? The fuck does that mean?
Oh my god.
So is that copacetic? Everyone understand?
Shut up, mate. I just can't focus on it right now. W thumbnail. Wow. Chat, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm ready to sell this leg, but we're entering. Trump has to comment. Like, I've looked into the Cuban energy situation after the capture of Maduro and Venezuelan oil. No. No, I haven't, actually. Wow. This is a Trump has to speak tonight type of situation, it feels like, or tomorrow. Right? He basically speaks every day. Yeah, he does. All right, guys. You should do a stream on it. I'll do a stream on that, brother. Thank you. I'm out. I'm rugging it. 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 I'm out. Dude, I'm just gonna say before I go that these are like heavy streams. So I'm doing my best on this coverage. These are heavy ass streams. You gotta admit, they're heavy streams. We're deep in it, but dude, we're fucking monitoring the situation, and yeah, I feel like we're doing it. Like, I feel like we're doing the thing right now. We're doing the coverage. We're grinding, and we're fucking covering it as much as we can. So I deeply, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. What is 07? What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you? It just says 07. Why are you spamming it? What is that? Oh, it's like a. Yeah. All right, I'm out. I love you guys. Hey, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys pulling up. I feel like we've had a fucking pivot 180 what we're talking about for the last 2 weeks. There have been heavy streams. We're going to do a lot of crypto tomorrow. I really think we're going to do a lot of crypto tomorrow. We're going to, at the very least, talk about Stretch, Sailor, his buying, everything that's going on, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm out. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you all so much for supporting. I'll see you in the pit. Dude. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Oh, man. All right. Peace. I can't rug, though, because OBS is fucking cooked. How do I rug? Luke. 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 Bye-bye. Don't leak anything.